What's up, y'all? It's time for some more mail. Been a week or so, been maybe more than a week, but I got some new mail. I got some new packages. I got this thing that I had to sign for that's got like these Rio Olympics symbols on it. Don't know what that's about. Who sent this? A Lucas from looks like Rio. So maybe that's why it's got Brazil. So yeah, straight from the damn Olympic Village, I guess. I've got a package here, and I'm just very curious about what's inside of it. So I'm starting with this one. The first thing in here appears to be a fedora. It's a fedora that actually fits me. Actually fits my big ass head. I wonder if this is some kind of brony joke. Let me tip this for you real quick. Tip my fedora. Oh god. I don't know where to start. There's so much stuff in here. I don't know what to look at first. There's like papers everywhere. And this looks like a 3x3. This looks like a letter. There's also another letter. I'm dropping letters. Some of these are handwritten, some of them are typed. Let's start with the typed part. Hey Digi, sometime around May of last year was when I watched and got into anime for the first time ever. Prior to that, I didn't have much of a history with the medium. You see, unlike yourself and most other fans, I didn't grow up with anime, but not because I had no access to it, but because for whatever reason, I just never did like action as a kid. It seemed really dumb in a bad way, especially the more over-the-top stuff. And so, for most of my life, I had a negative opinion on the entire medium. The inciting incident that got me to change my mind was Katawa Shoujo, which I found out around mid-2012 by some random Let's Play. I think the guy's name was Chilled Chaos. Was into his stuff for like 6 months, wouldn't recommend. That game was like my obsession throughout most of my early high school to an embarrassing level, and even though it's a weird entry point and all not even actually Japanese, it was the start of me warming up to the idea of anime. Also, Rin Tezuka Best Girl. That's actually handwritten in after the fact. Anyway, not too long after I get into anime, I came across you and your channel through, and I swear this is true, an old Nino livestream which you happened to be on. I don't even like Nino that much. I only watched that because Demolition D's avatar was visible in the thumbnail. Why were you subscribed to him, though? Anyway, my first impression from you came from that and ended up being really positive. You seem to be really likable, smart, and charismatic, more than anyone else in that call. So I decided to go see all of your stuff and have been it just says a big ever since. Now I've decided to send you this letter to show my appreciation, take some part in the narrative, and let you know you're cool. Your videos have, first and foremost, provided me with a great deal of insight and context into this new medium. I've become far more knowledgeable over this past year, and I'd say that as much as 70% of the anime knowledge I've obtained has been through your content. Your content also really helped me to be more confident in a weird way. I used to be very nervous and self-conscious about anime when I first got into it due to the negative stereotypes associated with the medium and its fans. And though you yourself embody some of these bad habits, the way you speak about anime, intellectually, passionately, and with an ego, really kind of inspired me to be comfortable and confident about this hobby and not to treat it as much as a guilty pleasure. Another way in which I really admire you as a critic is that it's probably quite understated how broad your taste actually is. Your favorites include just about every genre, and you seemingly have an appreciation for every single element, with the exception of maybe mystery, from character design and directing to themes and well-done meta. I know this is kind of the opposite of the consensus, but at least comparatively, I feel as though you tend to like more things more often, and that my pool of things I appreciate and value is more limited. Thank God someone recognizes this, because I feel the same way. I was actually considering soon doing a vlog, about just, do I actually care about cute girls shows? Because, there's a stereotype against me that I like cute girls shows, and I think, overwhelmingly that's not really true. Kill La Kill, which I actually rewatched recently, is a good example of this. Most people, yourself included, would describe it as a fun, hype action show. But seeing as I never really liked that type of show outside a few moments, mostly in the early episodes, the show itself hardly ever feels fun. But despite that, I liked the themes and the aesthetic elements just enough for it to get an 8 out of me. But if I had, however, more of an appreciation for action, enough for the moment-to-moment of Kill La Kill to be actually fun, I think this could be one of my genuine favorites. As well as I'd like more shows like it, and there's quite a lot of things out there. In that sense, you have the broad taste I kind of wish I had. And pretty often, I can't get something out of you explaining these things more than from the actual things themselves. He wrote can't, but I think he meant can. Do you have any advice for someone like me who wants to get into new genres and elements? I do. I think it's a good idea to just constantly be trying to watch shows that are somewhat out of your element. I mean, Kill La Kill is a perfect example for you because clearly you liked, even though you knew it was an action show, you watched it because the themes and aesthetic seemed interesting to you. So, like, and you ended up enjoying the show. Like, even if you didn't necessarily enjoy the action aspect of it, if you kept doing that, like with other shows that maybe, you know, slowly would acclimate you to action, I had a period in the late 2000s when I was like first anime blogging and stuff where I was like deliberately going out of my way to try to watch shows that I had heard were really good but that were in genres I didn't think I'd be into, such as Magical Girls. That stuff seemed way too girly to me. You know, I saw myself as like a macho manly kind of Gurren Lagann's my favorite show kind of guy, you know. And I'd always heard all these things about Princess Tutu. So I tried to watch it, and I remember watching the first episode of Princess Tutu, like the first time I tried to watch it, and I was just like, I can't do it. It's too girly, you know? And then I came back to it later, and I was like, I just like watched, you know, like 13 episodes or so, and I was like, oh, this is great. You know, like this is, forget about what the surface level details of it are. The story is good, the characters are good, and as a result of that, and like thinking about how partly the girliness of it is what made it good. You can't tell that story without it being girly because it's a story about ballet and true love and, you know, using dance to change people's hearts and stuff, and that's why it's good. So, you know, I don't know if you could tell Kill La Kill without action scenes or lots of stories like that. So, you know, I'd encourage people to seek out stories that aren't in the genre they think is good because ultimately, like, the only reason you would need to like action to like a show that's an action show is because that's all the show has going for it. You know, if a show, if the only thing that's good about a show is its action scenes, it's probably not that great of a show. You know, it's probably something that only action fans would even be able to appreciate at all. Whereas most good shows have a sort of transcendent quality that goes beyond their genre. And I think that, you know, like kind of like when I say I don't like mystery shows, and then some people will be like, "But you love Steins Gate and Higurashi," and I'm like, "That's because I don't think of those as mystery shows. I think of them as, you know, compelling character studies and great dramas with really interesting storylines. You know, it's not the mystery that makes me like it. Whereas there are some shows that like the entire appeal is not knowing what's happening and wanting to know what's happening. You know, and I find that unappealing. I would also like to thank you for introducing me to the PCP. I don't like all of them all of the time, especially Jesse, which is the member I most often have a problem with. It's mostly incompatible personalities. I still think he can do some really great content when he wants to, but I still really think you guys make an awesome group of creatives. I guess that's fair enough. It's generally not a good idea to tell me that you don't like Jesse, though. He is my best friend. None of you seem to want to give up doing art, and you all constantly seem to strive for self-improvement and new ways to be innovative. This makes me look forward to what the future holds, more than just about any other creator. Another way in which I think you guys are cool is that even though I'm not much of an artist type myself, I do get really inspired about analysis and doing creative content from being surrounded by your influence. I might one day actually go ahead and do something, and I'll be sure to let you know when that happens, but as of now I'm pretty busy with school. Anyway, with the exception of a few minor points, I've said everything I wanted to. Thanks for reading and keep doing great content. In this package, you'll find the following: a hand-drawn favorite anime and least favorite anime 3x3, some fan art. I'm not the best at art, but but it's still alright, I think. A weird Bible manga an aunt bought for me, I don't fucking know. National Brazilian snacks that I assume aren't available to buy there. A surprise gift, you've earned it. And that's about it. Now I have to put down this letter and send it ASAP. Every time I reread this, I feel the urge to reword an entire paragraph. It's not as bad now that I decided to type it, but I initially wanted to send you a handwritten letter, and I had rewrote the entire thing a couple of times because of a sentence or two. Anyways, I might send more mail your way in the future, but if and only if I have something cool to send you. By the way, the words "to send you" had to be printed on their own page completely individually. That's hilarious. All right, so here's a handwritten part. I will now use this opportunity to ask you questions. I hope you don't mind. Number 1, more of a suggestion. Are you actually doing anything with all the 3x3s you're being sent? Because you should turn it into a data gathering experiment to find out what your fans most often like. It'd take a while until you got a good sample size, but it would be cool. Yeah, I mean, they're all just back there. I've got a pile of all the, like, on the bottom shelf of this is a pile of all the stuff, like all the letters and shit that I get sent. Anything that doesn't go on another shelf, essentially. I didn't have any plans for all of them. Honestly, I'm like kind of sick of the 3x3 thing, but some people have been telling me that they enjoy seeing them, so I'm not going to tell you to stop or anything. It's a funny meme, I guess. But it seems like most of the people have pretty similar taste. I mean, and the thing about my original video was, I was saying that there's certain shows that everyone kind of agrees on are like these all-time classics, and then there's also certain shows that just generally most people are going to find appealing because they just have a really broad appeal and like everyone can kind of appreciate them. So, most of these 3x3s have had some definite crossover. And of course, it's my fans. So, like, the fact that most of them have had shows that I also love on them, like, I think there's been maybe 2 3x3s that, like, were wildly different tastes from mine. Whereas most of them are pretty fucking similar to my taste because they're people who watch my videos, I'm not going out there talking about a lot of the shows that other people might enjoy. Someone with Sword Art Online on their 3x3 probably is not a fan of me. So, yeah, like it's definitely like if I was going to use the 3x3s to prove anything, it's that the kind of person who sends me mail probably has pretty similar taste to mine. Number 2, do you have an opinion on the Super Best Friends? They're often compared to the Game Grumps. Liam was in one of the Weebcasts, and Jeff is a pretty big fan of theirs. I've never really watched any Super Best Friends. It never seemed like something that interested me that much. With the Game Grumps, the main reason I followed them was that I was already a big fan of, of both of them before it even started. And these days, I really don't have a lot of time to watch, like, long-form gaming content. Like, the only person who's been... Like, the only Let's Players I still watch are, like, Mumkey Jones and the Blue Glow, which is Jesse Wood's channel, Endless Jess's gaming channel. And so, like, and Jess doesn't post every day, and Mumkey, I don't watch all his videos. So, like, yeah, I don't watch a ton of, like, gaming content these days. Number 3, do you have an opinion on educational YouTube? Stuff like Vsauce, CGP Grey, Numberphile. Personally, I really like VHeart and Crash Course, or he crossed out Crash Course and put Numberphile. Yeah, I think CGP Grey is amazing. I consider everything CGP Grey is to be, everything he does to be must watch for everybody. Like, I think that it will improve your general intelligence and worldliness as a human being to watch all of CGP Grey's videos. You should watch all of them. Just as a person. Do that right now if you haven't already. Watch every CGP Grey video. ViHeart is a lot of fun. I don't follow her, and I haven't watched all her stuff because it's all kind of the same things, but it is really interesting shit. Only seen like a little bit of Numberphile. I've listened to a little bit of the podcast that he does with CGP Grey. Vsauce, I feel like Vsauce is for kids because like they will often have like a 9-minute video like very emphatically explaining something that I have just always known or found to be obvious, I really feel like it's like a lot of stuff that would be really mind-blowing if you're really young or haven't thought about things very much. But I mean, maybe that's unfair because I haven't seen all their videos or anything. Number 4. You keep saying you have a ton of shows you need to rewatch or finish that are on hold. How often do you actually do that, though? When was the last time you rewatched a show or finished something on hold? All the time. If you see me write an analysis video of an older show, then I probably had to rewatch it. Or, it might have been finishing up an on-hold show. I will say I don't get to my on-hold list very often. Most of the stuff that's on hold, the reason it's on hold is that I feel like it's going to be an ordeal to watch it. Like, not that I don't think I'm going to like it. I think I'm going to like all of them, but a lot of them are long shows. A lot of them are like, like every Pretty Cure series I've ever started. I've never finished one, but I love all of them, from like what I've seen. It's just a matter of sitting down and watching 50 episodes of Precure, and then doing that again for another one. So yeah, I guess the on-hold list is definitely rarer for me to get around to, but I rewatch stuff all the time, especially if I want to make a video about it. Now we've got what appears to be... So, okay, this looks like a screenshot of what I assume is the Procrastinators podcast fan chat. Yeah, that's what it's. This is the Procrastinators fan chat on Discord. They've got 3 channels. They've got Rulesland, Manchild Marsh, and the Bestie Boys, as well as the chat client is Listen Buddy, which is the name of a Munchies podcast. It's he said the guy Outsin says, okay, it's September 19th. I'm here in the PCP fan Discord. I'm gonna screenshot this chat, print it out, and send it in my letter to Digi. Say hi to Digi, everyone. And then it's just everyone saying hi to Digi. So there they all are. That's the Procrastinators podcast fan chat. Looking forward to the Radcon videos. Sure, they're going to be the best PCP content to date. The Let's Plays especially. It's going to be like Digi Bros, but what, like 3 to 4 times as amazing. I hope that is the conclusion you've come to as of seeing the rad content. All right, let's get into his 3x3s. This art is better than I expected, given what he said before. It says, this contains a favorite anime 3x3, as is the tradition for this series. This one is a hand-drawn because I thought it'd be cool, and also my printer ran out of colored ink. Also includes my least favorite anime 3x3, also hand-drawn, though this time visibly less effortful. I wanted to include this because since I'm still very new to anime, less than 100 completed on Mal, I have mostly only watched really popular and really highly praised shows. As a result, my least favorites were kind of weird. It's of deeply beloved shows, some of which you've given praise to yourself. Fans of these shows I don't even really think are bad. I mostly have dumb reasons to dislike them. Think of Jeff Stu's rant on New Game Tier. Also some fan art, why not? Oh god, Jeff's New Game rant. Alright, so his favorite anime, I assume, favorite anime. He's got Kaiji, K-On! I'm trying to get this into focus. It's hard to focus on this inward-facing camera. Okay, let me look at this. Higurashi. Then it looks like Shinji, so Neon Genesis Evangelion. School Days in the middle, which I'm always interested when, like, 'cause there are some people who, like, legitimately love School Days for, like, just how interesting the message of it is. Whereas a lot of people consider it, like, the worst show ever. So I don't know if it's ironic or not. Haruhi Monogatari, very interesting choice of image there. Gakko Gurashi, looking really adorable. And Utena. All around, great shit. I am a fan of all of these, except School Days, but only because I, haven't really seen it. Alright, so here's his least favorites. These are still pretty good drawings. The Pet Girl of Sakura So, which I don't like either. Angel Beats. I could completely understand someone hating Angel Beats. Like, it's not the most, like, beautifully written show in the world. Mirai Nikki, Death Parade, No Kome, which is pretty mediocre. Saki, well, I love Saki, but again, I can't understand someone not liking Saki. The World God Only Knows, which I do like. Gurren Lagann, alright, now you fucked up. And Ika Musume. Oh man, oh my god. And he's got a illustration of the Procrastinators. I have to scan this because this looks amazing. You've got Ben Saint over here stress vaping. Best guy ever. Me. Jesse. Hippo. And the Devu. All looking pretty fucking accurate. I really wish I could get this into fucking focus. I'm just gonna shove it into the camera's fucking lens. Yeah, that's badass. Then also on the back, it's 4 different versions of me, and each one I believe is actually from a thumbnail of a video or something. Let's see. I've got the I'm Not So Grump shirt on. This was the thumbnail to which video? It's the one that with the really great lighting, and there was a thumbnail that was like me in great lighting with that expression. Here's me in my yellow Hawaiian shirt with the no beard, with the minimal beard. Here's me at around current level wearing the Haruko Haruhara versus the World shirt, and then me just screaming in rage, and I'm wearing the inappropriate shirt. I think is that one which is I don't remember the comedian's name, but it's his face on a shirt. But I think that's what that shirt is. Incredible accuracy of shirts. All 4 real shirts of mine, and real looks I have had. So that's fucking fantastic. That's some of the coolest fan art I've gotten. Thank you. All right, now let's get into the goodies he sent. We've got some Brazilian snacks and what is this? Looks like a ginger ale. It's called Guarana Antarctica. Original do Brazil. I don't know how to the language, but I assume this is some sort of ginger ale-esque drink. Oh, it's got like cherries on it. I think those are cherries. So let's fucking taste it. Don't explode. Don't explode. It's ritzy. It's still bubbling. It still feels like it might explode at any moment. What a volatile. Yeah. It's pretty good. It's definitely like a ginger ale, but with like a little bit of a cherry kick to it. I like it. I like people for the art and food. Digi Bro from the song Humans Are Okay. This guy knows his shit, man. This is a pacoquita. Looks like some cookies or something. Some kind of cylindrical cookie treat. Oh, there's another. I have no idea what to expect. Oh, it smells like peanut butter. Ooh, I'm getting excited. I like peanut butter. Oh my god. This looks like if you took a peanut butter cracker, like those ones that they make that just have like, you know, some like peanut butter spread filling stuff, like that weird fake peanut butter chalk spread kind of thing, and you just like made a chunk of it. That's what this is. It's just like a solid brick of peanut butter. Oh! I broke it. Oh fuck. It's good. It's real good. I'm covered in peanut butter now. I was trying to squeeze it to like squish it inwards and it just fucking snapped. It's fucking delicious. Terrible for my diet, but absolutely delicious. Alright, lastly we have what looks like some kind of Fig Newton-esque thing. With like I'm assuming strawberry filling. Those fucking peanut butter things. I'm gonna eat all of those. Like those are gonna destroy me. Right, here's these little Newton-esque. They're like very dusty. It's actually closer to a granola bar than it is to a Fig Newton. Sort of thick and very chewy. The center is kind of gelatinous. It's a lot like a. The texture of it is very much like a Japanese sweet, but it's not as sweet as a Japanese sweet would be. This Japanese shit is always sugary as fuck. Oh, cool. I found another part of the letter that I guess had just fallen on the floor. It says, in which I try to explain what's cool about school days. School days is what I like to call an accidental tragedy, which is a made-up genre I invented for the sake of argument. This genre is defined by having very bad things happen out of a combination of bad circumstances, coincidences, and misunderstandings, without one character specifically intending it. There aren't many shows that follow this description, but I find every single one that's like this highly fascinating. Higurashi Season 1 is among those lines. Ooh. The last few episodes of Rakugo Shinju is also kind of presented as an unintended tragedy. And I would think that's just like what a tragedy is, right? Aren't tragedies usually unintended? And as a fan of this genre, I consider School Days to be somewhat of an epitome of accidental tragedies. It starts off as a seemingly fairly standard/genuine high school love triangle, but through a collection of bad coincidences, mistakes, and malicious selfish actions, it quickly devolves into this dark, depressing, fucked up world where bad things happen and it's amazing. The most frequent complaint about the show seems to be its characters, which is fair. They are indeed all selfish, idiotic assholes. However, I can't help but feel like that about all of them. Um, it is, after all, the point of the show, especially the main character, Makoto Ito, who actually is a strong contender for worst guy ever, is so unlikable that it's actually amazing. It's obviously the point of his character, but he goes so far beyond the Call of Duty, living up to be a piece of shit, that hate loops back around into true love, to the point where he's honest to God one of my favorite characters in a favorite villain kind of way. I hope this made sense. I was trying to be as brief as possible, and so I focused on trying to pinpoint what I value that much that most other people don't, that allowed me to enjoy this show on a moment-to-moment basis. Meaning I didn't get on much into themes, but basically I'm genuinely convinced that School Days is a genius criticism of the human genre, or harem genre. I'm not sure if you yourself would like it, but I still think you should add it to the board of second chances. It's a very interesting, unique, and fun to analyze. I already left a comment more thoroughly explaining this. Also, if you know anything that would qualify as an accidental tragedy, please say so. I mean, I would think any tragedy is kind of like that. Usually, a tragedy is what happens when, a character undergoes unfortunate circumstances and misunderstandings that lead to their downfall. So, just look up tragedies. But anyways, I've read a lot of analysis of School Days from back when it aired. Like, people were saying that about the show, that it was, like, probably intended to be this, like, deep, scathing commentary of the harem genre. There's a great duo of posts by Ghostlightning, my friend and anime blogger, where he had one called The Comeuppance of a Coward, Ito Makoto from School Days, in which he sort of breaks down the show and like why, he didn't enjoy watching it, but he thinks it's interesting for a lot of the reasons that you described. And then he did a follow-up post where he kind of like answered lots of comments from that post and from other places on the internet where other people sort of called into question, like, how clever that actually is or whether that's actually a good, storytelling style. So it's pretty interesting stuff, and I would recommend reading those. All right, the last things he sent are a pair of these weird Bible manga, which don't even look Japanese at all. Where the hell did these come from? I think they're probably just Brazilian. No, it actually says there's a bunch of Japanese names on it, but it seems that I don't know, I can't tell like who's just the author or whatever. But yeah, this is a pair of Bible mangas. There's a note for that too. I don't have much anime to share, though I do have this, which is fascinating. It's a vaguely anime-like comic, full color, read left to right, about the Bible, and particularly the Old Testament. My aunt bought me this when it started to become clear that I was getting into this anime shit. She's religious, but usually not too pushy about it. I honestly think she bought this because it's called manga and looks vaguely like it. It's all in Portuguese, but at least there's an indication of passage at the bottom of every page, so you might be able to read it with the help of your Bible. This is listed on Mal as well under Manga Messiah or Shinyaku Seisho. So yeah, guess it's a legit manga. Alright, moving on to another package. Let's do a letter this time. We've got one from Adam in Lucasville, Ohio. Hello, Digibro. Nice to meet you for probably the first time. It is I, Cloudman. I have been watching you for a while, and I find your commentary fascinating, specifically that entailing elements of story such as aesthetics and the flow of narrative, blah blah blah. Digibro After Dark is where the most material that I like tends to appear. I don't have internet at home and have to get it at the local Wendy's, but I still manage to listen to you. As I write myself, Is Anything Deep is among my personal favorites. I do find your material worthwhile as I tend to learn things from it. Your straightforward and well-thought-out arguments have actually helped me become a gooder writer over the recent months, and for that I thank you. During my time in this world, I have completed the viewing of several anime, so hardcore, and have enjoyed most of them. Sadly, I can't remember everything I've watched as I'm a very busy man with my projects and stuff. My 3x3 is a very exclusive space. Also, there are no renters for these apartments, and because of that, has only a few shows on it. Music is my true forte, after all. Your tastes aren't all that dissimilar from my own in both anime and music, so I feel like I can more easily relate to someone such as you, even if only through a computer screen. As I near the end of my current big project, my band's album, I am left with some spare beats lying around from an older project that just have no future right now and have a proposition for you regarding them. They will end up sitting around and collecting dust if I can't do something with them soon. If any bit of this intrigues you, letter number 2 is enclosed, and I do hope that you give it a read. But whether or not you want to peek down that rabbit hole is entirely up to you. Anyways, it's been good. Stay cool and, I don't know, man. Just keep doing stuff. I'm not picky. From Adam the Cloud Man. Let's go into letter number 2. I'm diving right down that rabbit hole. By the way, there was no explanation of this Fedora in that last package, I'm just realizing. There was no comment on why the Fedora. Hello, Digibro. Welcome to letter number 2. It is I, Cloudman. Nice to meet you for potentially the second time. I don't remember faces very well. I recently listened to Bedroom Bedrock and am ecstatic to hear some music from your camp. I am a musician myself and have dipped my fingers in many different musical pies over the years. Sadly, some of those pies were never fully baked and currently sit useless on my windowsill, as you are about to see, or read, I guess. One such pie was a short EP that I was working on with a local rapper a few months ago. It didn't work out. The beats are among the best digital musics that I have made, and I would hate for them to go to waste. After listening to Bedroom Bedrock, I know that you and yours might be able to use them, but I want to be sure before I get all gung-ho sending you beats, as that can be an unwelcome gesture. If you are interested, would you please help me to complete this EP? It's just 4 beats, there's no titles, no hooks, well, one is a hook, but that can be changed, nothing except some sick synth solos. It's just a relatively blank canvas. Heck, I'd like to be involved with the writing process. I love making these things and would love to help finish them. But again, all of that is up to you. If you're interested, hit me up. I have a SoundCloud full of stuff that'll give you at least an idea of what I have going on in these beats, which is, to be clear, I haven't posted anywhere. I am also excellent at using MS Paint to make collages / cover art and would be happy to throw one together if you decide to pursue this course. Thanks for reading this, it was much appreciated. Have a good one, and keep up the good work. Oh, and his SoundCloud. Let me cover up his email, but show his SoundCloud. Oh, I don't know if he meant to advertise the SoundCloud, but there it is. I don't know if you can read that. Yeah, man, send the beats along. If I like them, I'll give them a shot. And if you're interested in Endless Jess possibly rapping over them, he is always on the lookout for beats to rip and rap over. And he's a lot more prolific than I am. And here's his top 6, I guess. Neon Genesis Evangelion. Found Ava when I was 11. It's been my favorite televised series almost since that point. Unlike my bro, I found a positive message. Get off your butt and do something with yourself. The only way out of stagnancy is to move forward in my eyes, so why not? Yeah, I think that is the intended message of Ava on some level. Number 2, Beck, Mongolian Chop Squad. Classic band story. I like how you basically watch a guy starting playing guitar and go from total noob to epic. It's like an ogre. It has layers. Me and many of my friends love this show. Number 3, Samurai 7. # loved it. Number 4, Cowboy Bebop. I'm such a hipster. Number 5, Death Note. This was my high school years. And number 6, Steins Gate. This one is on you. Loved it. Thanks. No problem. I love Steins Gate as well. And thanks for the letter. Alright, let's get into this package. This is from a Carl in Ohio. Kind of a thicker one. Let's check it out. Ooh, this one's got some DVDs inside of it. Perhaps some anime recommendation DVDs. Hey Digi, I was recently at a con and got a mystery $10 bag o' value. Upon discovering it was 3 probably bad 90s OVAs, I figured you might get a kick out of them. Also, in keeping up with the trend of sending CDs, I'm sending a copy I burned of my friend's EP. Tracks 1 and 4 have anime samples. Enjoy, or if you watch the DVDs, hope you don't cringe too hard. From Carl. Alright, well, I'm extremely curious about what these are going to be. There's a Little League EP by Junpei Iori, so we'll check that out. I don't know what kind of music it's going to be. Alright, so first we have Angel Sanctuary. This is actually supposedly good, although I think I watched like 10 minutes of the first episode 10 years ago and thought it was boring, but it's very much a Pretty Boys kind of thing. I think it's also got I think it's an incest thing. I think these are brother and sister who are kissing here on the cover. But yeah, this was like an OVA adaptation of a longer manga, I think, that was, somewhat acclaimed. It's not supposed to be terrible. Oh, God! Phantom, Requiem of the Phantom! I thought I just escaped this show on my Second Chances board watching of it. Which episodes is this? This is just gonna add to my ironic B Train collection. I have an ironic B Train collection. It doesn't say what episodes it is. What the fuck? What number is this? I can't tell which number, which episodes. This seems to be post time skip, judging by the description on it. So yeah, I have no fucking idea. And lastly, Cyber City Oedo 808, just called Cyber City, the final collection. As it says from the director of Ninja Scroll, Yoshiaki Kawajiri. I've only seen the first episode of this when I was watching all the shows that came out in 1991. It was not great. It's pretty mediocre. I've heard that, like, I think episode 2 or 3, one of them, someone sent me, like, a thing saying that I should totally watch that one because apparently it's, like, really hilarious and amazing. It says it has audio commentary from Kawajiri and Masao Maruyama. That actually sounds interesting. Even without liking the show, I could probably enjoy the commentary. So thanks for those. I'm sure I can get something out of that. Up next, we've got another letter from an I Like Cereal 421. No even, like, address written, just that username. Alright, up next is a package from a Maddie in France. This came from France. Dear Digi, first of all, I want to apologize for the mistakes I could make in this letter. I'm French, and as you may know, French are bad at learning English. I'm still new to the anime community. I started watching anime, other than Pokemon, Miyazaki's movie, etc., less than 2 years ago. It's not that I'm especially young, I'm 20 soon, it's just that I never was really interested by it before. I was more into manga. The reason why I decided to watch anime is because I was learning Japanese at the time. Yeah, I watched anime because I was learning Japanese. I'm like a reversed weeb. So I went on the Mal page of a streamer I liked and picked this famous anime, Angel Beast. And here I am now with 229 entries on my Mal page and reading too much doujinshi. Seriously, some of them are great. By the way, I gave up learning Japanese. The first videos I watched from you were the Lane ones, but I really started to watch all your stuff more recently. My personal favorites are Anime Shit Now and Anime is Getting Lazy with its Meta. Even when I disagree with you, your points are clear and interesting. I think what I really like about your videos is that I can see that you know anime. You've been watching anime since a long time and you're really dedicated to it. I like when you talk about how the anime and community were back in the early and mid-2000s. It always makes me feel like I missed something. I've been thinking about making videos myself. It's funny because even though the manga market is well developed in France, there's not a lot of French anime-related channel. I really want to make people discover new anime. I also want to make a video about Yuri and Shoujo Ai because I'm the kind of guy who likes cute girls falling in love with each other. The problem is that I always feel like I don't know enough about anime to make videos. You know, I encourage you, like, I'm sure a lot of people probably feel that way, and while I do find it harder to watch someone's videos if I feel like they're talking out of their ass about anime. The easy way to avoid that is to just make sure that you don't say anything about anime on the whole. When people say stuff like if someone does a review of like a shonen action show and they're like, this is so different from the typical shonen action show because it does this, this, and this, and I, because I've seen all of them, can name 5 other shows that do those things, I end up feeling like that person's, I don't care about what they have to say. But if you are just like, here's the merits of this show. Like, regardless of whether other shows have done that or not, just present the merits of the show itself, and then it won't, it's impossible for you to seem like you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I recommend Nerdwriter has a great approach to that, where he talks about stuff from every different medium, and because he just talks about them so individually, with the exception of film, because you can tell he's like legitimately a film buff, but everything else, you can never tell how into it he really is. How much does he know about anime? He did a Ghost in the Shell video, but does he know anything else about anime? I don't know. He's good at hiding it. Anyway, with this letter, you'll find a French DVD with the greatest DBZ fight. You probably can't watch it because it's a European DVD. I also send you my 3x3 with no movies. There would be too much of Satoshi Kon. I hope you won't find my taste boring. Sorry about not sending a magazine. I know that I had one when I was younger, but I couldn't find it. Thank you for all your videos and for making me see new anime. The big recommendation video was great. I hope you the best for the future of your channel. From It's got a phonetic pronunciation, but I can't read that either. It looks like Nikve. I have no idea. P.S. I hope you'll make another quiz video. It was a lot of fun. I hear something creaking behind me. It's creeping me out. So yeah, here is this Dragon Ball Z DVD. This looks terrible. This is some of the worst graphic design I've ever seen. Holy fuck. This is a I assume a professionally released DVD, and not like a ripoff from someone. But God, the graphic design is abysmal. It's got episodes 177 through 182. It looks like the Cell Saga, so yeah. Yeah, Cell Saga, there's Cell. So, wow. That is an ugly cover. And here's the 3x3. Very well printed. We've got Fooly Cooly, Cowboy Bebop, Michiko to Hatchin, The Tatami Galaxy, Kino's Journey, Hyoka, Serial Experiments Lane, Paranoia Agent, and Aku no Hana. Very cool stuff. Mostly very interesting sort of experimental shows. I'm not the biggest fan of Hyoka, and I haven't finished Michiko to Hatchin, but I do like these shows in general. I like the cut of your jib. All right, here's another letter. This one with a big B on it from a Tyrian? Tainan? I don't know. I can't tell if that's an N or an R-I. From Virginia. Northern Virginia. I have a lot of fans in Virginia. I live in Virginia, but they're usually up north, and I'm down south. Hi, Digi. This letter might sound a bit weird since I rarely write to individuals, but I digress. I've been a fan of yours for a long time. I found you shortly after Season 2 of MLP ended, and watched all of your videos up through Season 3. I would have continued to watch your content, but I never watched Season 4, so I forgot about you for a while. It's not actually possible, because my videos started during Season 3, which was long after Season 2 ended, but that's, yeah, you probably just watched me from, maybe you meant to type shortly after Season 3 ended. That would make more sense. And you just misspelled it or something. After falling off the MLP train, I started to get into anime, and after a while I found your GITS and SAO videos, and I was happy to see that you'd switched back over to anime as well. Initially, I just liked you for your analysis videos, but as I spent more time watching your videos, I became more of a fan of you in general, and at this point I consume all of your content other than the pub crawl. I'd have no clue where to start at this point, and this has expanded to most of the other procrastinators at this point. With the pub crawl, you can just start anywhere. The episodes are about nothing. It's just us getting drunk and talking about shit. Here's the basic facts you need to know. Cider's in Australia. He loves to drink. He's a doctorate in studying video games. He's making a video game. And, whatever. That's about it. Me, you already know everything about me. So, it's usually just me and Cider on the show these days. I know you find it weird to hear this from people, but you've inspired me in quite a few ways. Firstly, you helped to get me started in listening to music that wasn't anime OSTs. You spend so much time talking about bands and musicians that you like in Digibros videos that I felt I had no choice but to start looking up some albums. I started with Kendrick, which got me into hip-hop, and you also got me into Death Grips, which is one of my favorite bands now. Far more importantly, though, you re-inspired my writing. I've loved writing my entire life, but after a semi-depressive period in middle school, I wasn't doing it much outside of English class. You inspired me to write again for my own enjoyment, both about media I consume and fiction, alongside translation to practice my Japanese. You're not my biggest influence in terms of style, but just seeing you write YouTube videos about anime as your sole source of income made me think that I could actually go somewhere with my writing, as opposed to majoring in something I have no interest in just to make money. I didn't send anything else with this, not because I don't have any money to buy you something, but because sending anything more than a letter is more hassle than it's worth. As I'm sure you've seen, I did attach some 3x3s. I wonder if you can guess what my favorite part of each series is from the images I picked. This isn't quite as true for the game's 3x3, but the images generally reflect my favorite part of whatever the image is of. One last thing, I asked this on Reddit before, but you didn't answer the question at the time of writing, and I assume this is a surefire way to get you to answer. What do you think of Clipping's most recent album, Splendor and Misery? I personally liked it better than Clipping. It's obviously a completely different thing, but I love the story it tells, and I like the experimental shit. I've only had the chance to listen to it in its entirety, once, and a few songs a few more times. I did buy it on vinyl already, but, it's super interesting. I don't know if I'll ever get into it in as big a way as the other albums, because it doesn't have that, you can just put this on and listen to it kind of quality. It doesn't make good background jams. It doesn't make, a bump it in your car kind of album. It's let's sit down and experience a narrative for 40 minutes. And, I mean, that's really cool. But, you know, I can't see listening to it as many times. And I haven't dug into the story yet, but I am interested. Anyways, I just wanted to thank you for inspiring me and for making so much content for me to enjoy. Only downside is that my anime speed has slowed down drastically as your content rate has increased, but I enjoy both, so it isn't a real loss. From Zaria. P.S. Please don't make a Patreon tier above $5. I have an obsessive need to watch your content, but don't want to pay any more than that per vid. Haha. I've had other people ask me specifically to make a Patreon tier over $5, but if I did, it probably wouldn't be more video content. Like, it would probably be something more simplistic. You know, just like, if I made higher tiers, it would be like stuff that's not as good as you would get on the lower tiers. It's more there for the sake of anyone who just really has money to throw around, you know, which I've read is the best way to do a Patreon. Okay, so here's the 3x3. We've got Hidamari Sketch. God, you cannot see that at all. Is it at all possible for me to get this to focus? Hidamari Sketch, which looks like your favorite part about it is the friendship and feels, and Yoshi, this is the picture, this is the fucking depressing picture. I don't know if this is fan art or what, but this was made after the actress who played Yoshinoya Sensei died, I believe. That or it was just posted a lot after she died. Then we've got Shirobako, which is all 5 members staring at the sunset longingly. The fucking ending of the Chimera Ant arc, which I guess spoilers, but god, it's fucking heart-wrenching. I mean, that's the best fucking part of the show. It's definitely the best scene. What is this? Oh, Revolutionary Girl Utena. It's starting to look like you just like moments where girls hug. Aria, the animation. What is that? Kizumonogatari? It's just Shinobu holding a big-ass sword. This appears to be... Is that K-On? It's K-On, but with a really odd art style. Looks like Hodo Musco. I'm not sure. And... What the fuck is this green-haired girl? Amanchu. It's the girl from Amanchu. Then there's separate pictures on the back of his best girl from each series. So, Alice Carroll... Aegis, Shinobu, Yui, who is this girl? Oh, who is this? Oh, it's it's the main character from Wandering Sun. Arya's, Akari, Utena, and Yunochi, and, what's her name? Aoi from Shirobako. Good taste. Good taste in waifus. We've got another 3x3 of manga. This time I'm just going to read them off of the list. Oh, look, it's made so I can fold it back and have a cheat sheet. Amazing. We've got Prunus Girl, Gash Bell, JoJo Part 7, Steel Ball Run, Hanjuken Joshi? Never heard of it. Aria, Girlfriends, Oyasumi Punpun, Mahotsukai no Yome, Yokohama Kaidashi Kiko. I need to reread Girlfriends, because when I read it, I absolutely loved it, but I was also way into Yuri at the time, and I have no idea how much of it was just Yuri bias and how much of it was actually being a good show. All right, next we've got games. Dark Souls, Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. That's Jeff Thu, Mother's Basement's favorite game. Pokemon Heart Gold, Super Smash Bros. Melee, Fallout New Vegas, Super Metroid, Zelda A Link Between Worlds, Undertale, and Bloodborne. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of the Soul series and the Zelda series and Super Metroid. Super fucking Metroid. Super fucking Metroid! And Pokemon. I need to play those Legend of Heroes games. They sound fucking awesome. Oh. Here we've got a 3x3 of Pokemon, which has Chandelure, Metagross, Mimikyu, Gardevoir, Volcarona, Breloom, Archeops, Blaziken, and Umbreon. I know half of these. There's about half that I don't know. All the Gen 5 and who I don't know who the fuck Breloom is. I do know Chandelure from Gen 5, though, just because Victor's a huge fan. I don't remember Mimikyu. Who the fuck is Mimikyu? Oh, okay, I've seen that thing. But I don't remember much about it. Anyway, yeah. No opinion on the Pokemon. Best ships. We've got Himasaku from Yuri Yuri, Utena x Anthe from Utena, Korin from New Game, Nikomaki from Love Live, Nano Fate from Nanoha, Holo x Lawrence and Spice and Wolf, Oreki / Shichanda from Hyoka, Kyosaya from Madoka, and Shu x Anna from Wandering Sun. Is it still considered a ship if it's official? Like, if it's OTP? Like, Lawrence and Holo are definitely OTP. Utena and Anthe are OTP if you count the movie. I'd say the Madoka ship's fairly OTP, if we're being honest with ourselves. And of course, Nano Fate is OTP. I couldn't even recognize that was Nanoha and Fate based on this image. Does not look much like them. Alright, well, thanks for that. Tons of 3x3s, and there's one package left. This one is from a Jude Stefan James from Alphington? I have no idea where. This is definitely from another country because it's got all the... It says to receiver Conrad Aaron Collins, Digibro Dono, company name The Devu Collective. So apparently my company is The Devu Collective. Oh, this has Vegemite in it. It must be Australian, right? Alright, let's find out. They had to list what's on it on the thing because of the international shipping laws or whatever. Okay, there's all kinds of stuff in here. This looks like a 3x3. Here's a letter. What just fell? A toothbrush? A toothbrush fell out of this. They sent me a toothbrush. I have a toothbrush. I just don't use it. Please read in Australian accent. Oh, God. Dear Digibro. G'day, mate. It's Reverse Spectrum here. Oh, it's Reverse Spectrum. Longtime patron and fan of the shows. I've been meaning to send this dinky-day chocker mail to you for a long time, but I can't do a fucking Australian voice. But because you're not within cooee of me, I was worried the postage would cost a big bickies. I've been a long time fan following you since your 4th or 5th. I'm just lapsing into British now. As soon as I watched your content, I knew you were a fair dinkum ripper of a bloke, and each video you released make me say bloody oath this is some good oil. Now I can be a bit of a sticky beat, so I love how much you are on camera with the channels like Digibros and Modasol Productions. I know you ate Vegemite in the music video for Bugs by Jeff Burgess, but you did it wrong, so you had to do it again on camera. You toast the bread and you spread butter on it. The butter should melt from the heat of the piping hot toast. Now use as little Vegemite as humanly possible on 1/3, and the next third add just a tad bit more. On the final third, add as much as you can handle. Add the least Vegemite third, move up the spectrum as your tolerance increase. Vegemite is hard to handle if you're not as hard as nails or sea, but with this finesse method, anyone can enjoy it. Happy birthday, Digi. Open wrap present now if you have not already. Thank God I can stop doing that voice for 10 seconds. Wrapped present. Is this wrapped present? Wrapped present? Oh! K-On! The movie on DVD. Cool, I did not own this. So, thank you. Awesome. I know I'm late, but heroes always are. I've been a big procrastinator. It's in my code. You inspired me to buy, vote with my wallet, K-On! When you made the video Why Good Anime is Hard to Make, and K-On! A Loving Thesis. But I think you need K-On! More than me. Some of my favorite 3x3 videos of yours include Chicken Gate, even though I am a Vego, Evangelion series, Yas Seseo, Psychopass, K-On!, Seasonal Impressions, Ass War, 10 anime you can see now, and Digi's Crib. Digi, I do have one bit of criticism for you. Sometimes your analysis of people's 3x3 is a bit dodgy. This makes me mad as a cut snake. For example, you will just say you have good taste and move on. That's like a review. I don't want a bull dust review. I came for your Banza analysis. Say what the 3x3 says about them like you said you would, and you often do. Cheers for hearing me out. I can say with London to a brick that I must be one of your... What the fuck does London to a brick mean? One of your top 10 fans. I've seen all your videos and I mean all of them. Even the ones with less than 10 views. I know I will read all your old posts before I kick the bucket. I've seen every episode of Digi Bros 3 to 4 times minimum. I want to be an anime reviewer like you one day, but you say I have to want to write and not just want to be a writer. Maybe one day I'll give it a whirl. You got me into tennis. If I ever met you, let's hit to the courts. I'll even give you a mate's rack. I love pub crawl because I don't feel like I'm drinking with the flies, but I wish I could quit hitting the terps, PBH. Struth! I'm not used to writing so much. I'm rooted. I have it a fair go, don't you? Don't you think? Good on you, mate. Reverse spectrum. P.S. The little domo is a USB. I know you want to be a squid girl. It's one of your top 3 things. Victor can have the boy squid. I love your Splatoon playthrough. Get more sleep. Shave more. I do love that bogan beard, though. And brush your teeth. You said you and Ben Saint are best grill. Come down under sometime. I'll even go beyond the black stump to meet you if you're ever in the country. He drew me as Ritsu and him with his dreadlocks that he apparently has. My God, I felt like the accent got better as I went, but I don't know if it got more Australian. It just got more tolerable. PPS, tell Devu hi. Alright. Oh my God, he made a 3x3 of his favorite Digibro memes. We've got... Oh, God damn it. Focus, please. We've got very clean. We've got look at his grab. That's not really a meme. That I got that from Game Grumps. Fingers around my dick. I never forgot the stench. The same stench of rotting fingers around my dick that came out of your mouth when you got your mouth around my dick. That's some mouth on you. I don't know about you, Hokushin, but nothing gets on my nerves more than fingers around my dick. Now stand your ground. Anime is a Japanese colloquialism. My sword is unbelievably dull. What are you drinking tonight? Which is my my segment on the pub crawl. The beard is just a meme by itself. Rotten, the song "Rotten" by featuring Endless Jess and produced by NZ Shaidu is apparently a meme. And the Procrastinators podcast, also a meme. I do believe that. Then there's a picture of Eiji Nizuma from Bakuman saying, "You don't stand a chance, patreon.com/Ben Saint. I am the Crow Masquerader." Amazing. Fantastic. This just appears to be an advertisement for Anime Dakimakura Pillow. Maybe this is a signal that he bought something from Anime Dakimakura Pillow after I did my advertisement of them. Oh, here's his 3x3, which is just a total disorganized clusterfuck. And also Victor's face is in it. So we've got Baby Steps, Space Dandy, Red Line, Gintama, Victor, Boku no Hero Academia, what's it called? Samurai Flamenco, Ping Pong, Showa Genroku Rakugo Shinju, and Mushishi, I think? No, is that Mushishi? It looks like Mushishi. Yeah, it says that on here. It says, "Sorry for boring taste" under Mushishi. Guys, I don't think Mushishi's boring taste. I just think it's unreasonable that so many people have it on their list with those particular, whatever. You know what I mean. I like Mushishi. Here's Domo-kun in a karate gi. Fixing it up a little. Yeah. Then we've got a kazoo. Oh, wrong end. Naruto stickers? By the way, I love it. I absolutely love. I can't believe I never actually bought one. I've meant to a million times, but she's fucking beautiful. I absolutely love the Squid Girls. They're the best. Oh no, what kind of Naruto thing is this? It's just a box that says Naruto on it. What's inside? Oh my god. Oh my god, look at the way they're presented. These are plastic. These are not real. But look at the way they're presented. It's like, oh, I'm gonna get out my choice kunais. Oh, this the Fedora just fits it. Oh, let me, yeah. Oh my god, I've regressed to being a fucking 14-year-old. If not for the beard. Alright, what's this? Is this? Oh, this is the Vegemite. Oh my god, it's in like a lube tube. Get out Vegemite. I can't do a damn. Oh yeah. Now I can be Cowboy Bebop. Now I can be a Cowboy Bebop. Now I'm a Cowboy Bebop. Okay. Oh, what was that? We've got a Jake from Adventure Time button and Rarity from My Little Pony button. I'm gonna assume this is a photo of Reverse Spectrum. Now you have another attractive Australian friend. Please take care of me, senpai. I drew on blushes, but they rubbed off. I thought you said you had dread. Oh, I guess he does kind of have dreadlocks. They're not like big, thick ones though, like in his drawing. Unless it's just pulled back. All right, what's inside of this wrapped up paper? Oh, there's some Blu-rays in here. Oh my god! It's all of K-On! All of it! On Blu-ray! Oh my god, I finally own K-On! Beautiful, beautiful. There's only one problem. It's all Australian. So I don't even know if I can watch these Blu-rays. I have no idea. I doubt. I mean, wait, no, Blu-rays are region-free. Blu-rays are region-free, right? Or the PS4 is region-free. I can watch them on my PS4. All those years of not buying K-On on Blu-ray finally paid off. Now I've got the Australian Blu-rays. I should still probably buy it sometime. Well, I don't know. K-On's already successful. It doesn't need me. I should spend that money on other Kyoto Animation shows. Anyways, thanks to everybody who sent all the cool stuff. I'm gonna get fucking huge eating all these snacks and stuff that you guys sent. And I guess here's a clip of me eating Vegemite properly.
Can't do that.
Tastes like drinking soy sauce.
I don't know. I've probably eaten like a pound of Mikey Nikes today.
I ate Vegemite.
That's worse.